Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, then welcome. It's always great to have new people. We're gonna get started on a collective message. I just uploaded a video. So, cleansing the energy within and around me. Let's see what the message is for you. These spirit animal oracles are calling out to me. Let's see. Cleansing the energy of this deck. Any stagnant negative energy. Provide accurate messages for the collective. We'll go ahead and just cleanse the energy. Just falling on apart. Thank you so much for double tapping the screen. Hi. Today is May 30th, 2025, 1:01 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, cleverness, balance. I feel like you guys are encouraged to be clever. Choose your battles. Okay. Co-create with the universe. Remain calm. There's no point in, getting out of your own energy. Especially if it's tied to people who are low vibrational. Like, low vibrational people are always going to find a way to make life harder for others. So, it's almost like it's their job. And they're not getting paid for it. So, just be clever, keep your calm, because there are opportunities for you. Maybe opportunities to learn, teach, experience, grow. What's the message here for the collective? Forgiveness. Okay, what about it? What about this forgiveness? A lot of you guys are being encouraged to forgive because it will bring you back into your light energy, whether that's being more of a calm, serene individual, having that type of lifestyle, or whether that's just being able to be in a better space to, maneuver through life, operate in life, right? Whether it's in your light, in your power, in your tranquil energy. Any more messages about this? So who do you need to forgive, collective? Is it yourself? Maybe you beat yourself up about the choices you've made. Maybe it's other people who've hurt you, caused you trauma, okay? I feel like you persevered through a situation, or maybe you're being encouraged to persevere. So it's like a lot of you guys can have the strength, you can have the perseverance, but it's like only thing that's lacking may be the forgiveness. Maybe some of you guys are already on the path of forgiveness. So if you know that, oh, that's not referring to me, I don't need to forgive anyone, double check, or just look at it as you're making progress. You're forgiving, you're coming into a more lighter, healed version of yourself, and you're overcoming whatever this was. Right? But for others of you, you're being encouraged to forgive so that you can overcome this milestone. Because, what's good to move on in life when you still have resentment, anger, lack of forgiveness. So you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for another person. Nobody says when you forgive someone, that means that you're okay with what they've done, that you moved on from it. No, it's just for your own peace of mind and sanity, and to not become like this bitter individual, right? Trust that karma will be given to those who've wronged you, especially if you're a good person and there was like a lot of injustice that happened in your life. You just have to trust, okay? And you have to know that forgiving and still being the good person that you are will pay off. Okay, I know some people, they get tired of being this good person and they start becoming like the angry person in life or the mean person in life. But I tell you, you'll get a lot more. It'll benefit you a lot more when you just stay true to who you are. Okay, which is that loving, forgiving, nice individual. Okay, what else is the message here? Metamorphosis. You're going through some type of transformation. You could be seeing butterflies, spiders, any bugs, or spiders are not really insects, but any type of animal, whatever you want to call it, that pertains to metamorphosis, transformations, right? I feel like you're changing, or your life could be changing. This could be internal, it could be external. Okay, maybe this can also happen when you take care of step one. Say, for instance, if you haven't healed or come into forgiveness, then you're not truly in the mind, body, soul, type of diaphragm or diagram that you could be in if you were. I feel like it's less growth, less self-expression or creativity, and more burden, self-doubt, limitations, fears, more of the negative energies than the positive ones. And I feel like you'll just have a lot more work to do, for sure. So confirm metamorphosis. Mystery. Yes, see, you're always growing and evolving. Who you are right now may not be who you will be 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later. You may not even be who you was 5 years ago or 10 years ago, There's always like a wonder, a mystery of who you will become, right? But in order to get there, I feel like there's some letting go you have to do. There's a new perspective you have to gain. Maybe there's some things that you have to sacrifice. I don't really feel like it's a bad sacrifice. I feel like it's a healthy sacrifice. Little do you know, not forgiving is holding you back from coming into the new version of yourself. Or for those of you who have forgive, you realize that you're seeing a new version of yourself. Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, honey, but that's the energy I'm getting. All right, what is the collective currently experiencing in their life? Transition, loyalty. Some of you guys are experiencing a transition. Maybe some of you guys may feel like you're being tested when it comes to staying true to yourself or giving in to the societal norms or matrix mindset and lifestyle. Let's confirm more about this. Yeah, we got transition again in self-love. So I feel like what you're experiencing right now is maybe being loyal to yourself. You're transitioning, you're changing. So what you're probably experiencing. Loyalty can tie it to outside of yourself, even like maybe at this time your loyalty has changed. Like maybe you stopped being loyal to a lot of people who weren't loyal to you and you started being more loyal to yourself. It really all depends, because if you're a person that's a people pleaser, then that message could be totally different, right? So you'll just have to apply it to how it fits. What you can also be experiencing right now in your life is productivity. You're probably a busy bee right now, adapting to certain things or coming into like just this different life for yourself. Like everybody's life is different. Thank you for double tapping the screen. All right, what is to come in the collective's near future? What is to come in the collective's near future? Ooh, self-love. So some of you guys are going to be on the journey of self-love in the near future, or some of you guys are going to be making progress if you're already on the self-love journey. Nice. Okay. It says you will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which makes you indefinably unique and beautiful. There are deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. That's the peacock. So peacocks could be significant. Thank you for the gifts. All right. Ants, hummingbirds, elephants, butterflies, bobcats, bats, and dogs could be significant. So with the bobcat, which ties to mystery, it says the bobcat teaches you that there is true power and strength in silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. With the butterfly metamorphosis energy, it says pay attention to the areas in your life or personality that are in need of profound change or transformation. You're about to enter a phase of expansion and growth, which will be highly beneficial for your future. Okay? Know that you have free will and know that we are able to self-sabotage on our journey, okay? Elephant, time to forgiveness. If you are feeling angry about a past issue, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. See, a lot of times anger, that's not the first emotion that comes about. First, it's sadness. First is disappointment. And then it turns into anger a lot of times when we feel like something hasn't, like if you haven't forgiven a person, or if you feel like a situation hasn't progressed, or like it could really be anything, like how you can become resentful because you feel like something was unfair and your needs still wasn't met. Like, you know, so first let's discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. Okay, you are being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. All right. Plus, life will be more smoother that way. You won't be holding on to resentments, grudges, hateful energy. You'll just be coming back into that love and light side of yourself. And it's not basically living in denial or people pleasing. It has more to do with you and your soul's growth and, you know, maneuvering through life in a less chaotic way. So I remember I found myself operating in life in, you know, more love light energy and more selfishly love light energy. Like I started pouring all, and I wouldn't say selfish, but it was more like not me dismissing the psychology of everything, right? The reason why people operate how they do because of maybe the things that they went through or whatever the case may be. I really stopped validating those key points and I just started looking at it like, well, I don't care. You're grown. You should be able to come back into a space like this, like that, whatever the case may be. So I started being more, it actually made me more upset than anything because these people weren't changing. And I found myself to just realize that life is much more easier when you don't hold on to the pain or the anger. You're able to maneuver through life a little bit happier, right? It has nothing to do with, oh, I'm not giving myself justice. I'm just allowing people to hurt me and be back in my life. If you want to remove people from your life, you go right ahead and do so. Forgiving someone doesn't mean that you're letting them back in your life and you're giving them the chance to repeat the same thing. See, that's why I said cleverness. You're a very clever or intellectual being, right? Very wise. So when you do things, we already know it's not foolishly. So you got to just start giving yourself more credit. Remember, we talked about the negative self-talk. So maybe it's all about how you see things. Remember, we talked about perspective. Peacock, self-love. You will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, that which makes you indefinably unique and beautiful. There are deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk. I read that earlier. Hummingbird, lightness is what this ties to. It is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner, but you have to believe that it is possible to manifest your visions. Stop waiting and doubting. Because some of y'all, you could have been in like wealthy by now, or if you want to be famous by now. You just have to take a chance on yourself. You have to trust yourself more. You have to give your dreams a chance, right? I know sometimes you become discouraged or people demotivate you or whatever the case may be, but like I said, you can't allow that to interfere with anything because you're going to be the one with the regrets in the end, not the other person, right? So take a chance on your dreams. And once again, remember we talked about being patient with your manifestations. A lot of times it's about the journey itself. It's not about, oh, what can I come in to overnight? Or it's like the journey itself, from when you first get into the world to the point to where you're like, you pass away, and you know, whatever the case may be, right? And so it's the journey itself. If you're 23, life didn't stop from 1 year old to 23. You still have a whole bunch of life to go. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're 73, you're still not at that finish line mark yet. So once again, it's about the journey. Some people's journey are longer, harder, whatever the case may be, than others. But that's the best part about it as well, because you learn how to appreciate things more. You learn, it's just like a good feeling, you know, especially when you have went through like a hard life of struggle or whatever the case may be. But life won't be like that forever. It really all depends on you, okay, and your mindset. Now we have Ant, which ties to perseverance. Okay, sometimes you just got to keep pushing through, and you're capable for sure. I feel like some of you guys have the lion spirit within you. All right, very strong. Okay, it says, this is a message of patience. Whatever is going on right now, you cannot be so impetuous. By pacing yourself, the end result will be far more rewarding. Slow down, don't rush, work carefully, and learn to accept help from others. See, I was getting that energy to not rush into things as well. Okay? And what popped up in my head is not every opportunity means go after it. Okay? Like, for instance, the first person that comes to you and wants to be in a relationship with you, should you give them a chance? No, because 9 times out of 10, they probably love bombs you. You've seen hella red flags already. But maybe the obsession or the lack of patience is probably pushing you into, I'm gonna just give them a chance, you know, and then next thing you know, you bump your head and you get into a heartbreak. We don't want those. We already experienced that. We don't want those, right? So Bat, which ties to transition. You must pay attention to the signs around you. The transition may seem frightening at first, but you must let go of old habits and patterns that no longer serve your higher calling. They would only hinder your growth. We got the dog coming out, which ties to loyalty. You may be feeling like those around you let you down or are not doing their fair share of work. This comes as a reminder that loyalty exists and you must not settle for anything less. You deserve better than mixed signals. True. So that's what I mean. Like, you can forgive people, but you don't have to like keep them around. You can substitute them with better individuals, even if that may be ex-lovers, friends, or current lovers. Sometimes you overstay your welcome in relationships where people don't deserve you and where they need to actually learn, you know, let me break up with this person to teach them a lesson. And 9 times out of 10, it's not even to teach them a lesson. It's really for yourself, you know, because it's really, you're really suffering, right? So it's really for yourself. But I do feel like it's going to teach them a lesson, you know, cause and effect for sure. On the back of the deck, we have the Tiger, which ties to patience. You are being reminded that persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. So, does that make you feel better to know that success is guaranteed no matter the struggles you come across, the pathways you embark on, that your spiritual team is there? And they're there holding your hand, but at the same time, this is your own personal life. And they want, in order to turn those weaknesses into strengths, sometimes you have to go through the challenges. Sometimes you have to be able to know how capable you are to get through things before they try to rush in and save you. You know, that's like being around your child and not allowing them to fall or fail. In reality, nobody fails, right? But just allowing this, not painting those, you can paint the pretty pictures by all means, but allowing someone to stand on their own and to get through things, but to also know, hey, mom's there. dad's there, or in this case, your spiritual team, they are there and they will come through in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. Success is guaranteed. Okay. I do want to pull some of these. Yep. Gotta let go of that anger. That's probably why things are going a certain way for you. Oh my gosh. I don't know why she keeps sending me these Bible verses. I am not a Christian, honey. Respectfully. Alright. What is the message to go with this message? What is the message to go with these messages? Creativity. Some of you guys' creative spark of creativity is probably not where it used to be. So maybe feeding your inner child or indulging in creative expression can help a lot. Confirm this creativity. Trust. Remember we talked about before how sometimes it takes patience for your manifestations or whatever the case may be. So aside from what I mentioned earlier about creativity, a lot of you guys probably need to give yourself a chance and don't give up on the first challenge or failure or whatever the case may be. Like, keep soaring and keep going, because little do you know, that would have been your break when you've achieved what you were trying to achieve. Okay, so whether you don't have the support around you, whether this, whether that, it's always many reasons and excuses, right? But what about when we look at the what ifs in a more positive way, or the counting your blessings for what you do have in a, like, you know, instead of looking at everything from like that negative perspective, or instead of letting fear take over or challenges take over, sometimes you just have to trust that you're capable of being where you want to be in life, right? Just like people who have amazing content who probably doesn't go viral versus other people who probably don't really have content that is very life-changing, inspirational, right? They may get discouraged. They may feel like, oh, it's the algorithm. It's a social media thing. You know what? I'm just going to stop doing this. Sometimes you just have to trust. It's not all the time about external rewards, but internal rewards, right? Just like people who sing, they get into the space of doing it for themselves as a personal passion, and then it just becomes everybody else's music. They start doing things for the people who's listening instead of doing it for them, how they were before, what makes them feel good, what they want to express. So at the end of the day, I guess you just have to look at things from a certain perspective. Okay. Yeah, some of you guys could feel stuck. Maybe there's some denial or hopelessness going on, but I feel like you're just encouraged to just focus, move forward. There's a time for change, and it could happen at any given moment. It's just really all up to you. From this creativity, trust energy. Anger could also be blocking your creativity. Trust, whether it's lack of trust or whatever the case may be, could also be interfering with your creativity. So you need to protect yourself, protect your dreams, your goals, your mind, body, and soul. All right. Don't let any external influences interfere with your life's journey or path and the things that you want to do. Okay. Caution. Confirm caution. Sadness. See, that's where the self-sabotage is probably coming in. Some of you guys, you're in the energy of apathy, and that's probably causing you to miss out on opportunities. You could be so angry, so sad, so much dwelling on something that didn't work out for you. Because in your mind, that's how you feel, like it didn't work out for you. We create our realities based on our thoughts, you know, actions, beliefs even. So if you're going to believe in anything, make sure it's not restricting you. It's not instilling fear. Mainly let it be positive. You know, I created a quote that's anything that's negative is false, you know. With the universe, anything that's impossible is possible. Okay? So be cautious of your negative emotions, right? It's healthy to have an emotional release. It's healthy to find positive coping mechanisms for anger or sadness or this and that, you know. Journaling, breath work, it's a lot of things that can help. Maybe sometimes it don't hurt to do your research or to just go within. Meditation helps a lot with things, even if it takes you looking up, what is meditation? You know, some people won't do that because we already feel like we know what it is. But sometimes, I remember I looked up the most basic words ever, and it helped me gain a lot more clarity than when I didn't do it. So if you need more encouragement, more help on, well, what steps can I take, or what truly is meditation? Because maybe sometimes it doesn't work for me, or maybe I want to find more, you know, more fun ways to do this, or, you know, maybe looking up something to give me more insight on something could help. Confirm caution. Yep, be cautious of that fear that holds you back every time. Be cautious of that. Confirm the sadness energy. Yeah, some of y'all, it's taking away from who you truly are. A lot of these negative emotions are taken away from who you truly are and the things that you're ready to embark on, start on. Okay? Sit with your feelings and your emotions, invite them out to tea, and let them go. But don't forget to tend to them, right? Comfort yourself. You can't just move on from something as if it never happened and expect time to heal it for you. You have to actually go in, reflect over what you've been through, accept that it has happened. And if forgiveness is necessary, which 9 times out of 10 it is, forgive yourself if necessary, or anybody else that's involved, right? That's the true process of healing and being able to move forward accordingly in a more healthy, you know, way. And then with time, you'll get better. But yeah, don't be sending these energies, because that's what's causing the frustration. That's what's causing, you know, you needing to rest. Your body is trying to tell you, hey, I need a break. We working 5 days out of the week. I need a break. And sometimes you try to keep that 2,000 rent apartment, that 1,000 rent apartment, but sometimes it's not worth it, honey. Sometimes you do better taking those breaks, maybe finding something that can work out for you, like getting jobs that allow paid time off, or just make it work for yourself. You don't come to this earthly plane to work for the government and do all these things, right? That was created by human beings. The government systems, the educational systems, all these things was created by human beings who weren't in the best mental, emotional, spiritual, or whatever type of states anyway. People who are not even the best leaders like you are, right? So sometimes you got to trust in yourself and be your own leader. Okay? Some things are an illusion, but I feel like illumination is here. Things are being brought to light. Clarity is here. Seeing clearly. But sometimes the sadness, the fear, the anger, it's blinding you and like keeping you from a lot of greatness within yourself, whether it's growth or within your life overall, whether it's bliss. Okay? You're very, very abundant. But sometimes with our free will and the 3D plane problems, Sometimes we forget. Sometimes, you know, spirituality comes last, and we just worry so much about bills and having a roof over our head. But the universe doesn't want you to be strung out or houseless or whatever the case may be. But in a lot of cases, houselessness does bring heavy insight. It does bring a deeper, like, getting more in tune with your heart space. Like, you know, I had chose to be houseless. I say by choice because I didn't really have to leave, but I felt it was best for me and my mental health. And when I left, based on my own free will, I did experience some challenges, but it could have been avoided, right, if I just knew a little better. But at least, you know, when you know better, you do better. So at least that's something that I won't have to experience again, because, okay, now I know better, right? But it actually helped me open my eyes a lot more to certain things, and it actually helped me get, like, closer to my faith or whatever the case may be. So I feel like some things aren't meant to be looked at in a negative way. There's always opportunities for growth, self-discovery, like, for sure. Even those heartbreaks, even those complicated relationships with family, or, you know, a lot of things. So you just have to let go. You have to release regrets, avoidance, stagnancy, and yeah, just trust, you know. Oops, success. I'm like, what is this poking me? It's success. Success is literally right here. Some of you guys can be successful tomorrow with a shift of mindset, right? Because just because it doesn't matter about what you've I know the saying of success could be like what you've accomplished and how much money you have, but in reality, it's really, I feel like it's on a more of a soul or spiritual level than anything, right? So it doesn't matter if you're wealthy or poor. It doesn't matter if, you know, I just feel like it's more of a spiritual or soul thing. Like, I honestly do. So some of you guys may be depressed, sad. You may be experiencing some type of delays, loss of hope, pessimism, but that's only because you're in that, you're keeping yourself in that energy. Some of you guys could be experiencing denial, self-doubt, indecisiveness, okay, being afraid of change, maybe even procrastination, right? Maybe some of you guys could be feeling emptiness, isolation, disappointment, stagnancy, something being incomplete. Maybe you feel incomplete, but I'm telling you now, a lot of times it's self-sabotage. A lot of times all we have to do is forgive, right? All we have to do is let go of anger and sadness and trust. And I'm not saying, like, it's good to have anger. It's good to have sadness. Like, you're a human being, right? But it's also necessary to comfort yourself in these ways and have coping mechanisms, especially positive ones, not negative ones. Don't run to substances. Don't do things that are not good for you, mind, body, and soul wise. Okay. Yeah, I feel like y'all deal with a lot of people, like, a lack of accountability. I don't know if this was on your part or if it was on other people's part, but, like, I know y'all dealt with people or systems being corrupted, and, you know, we get it for sure. You're not the only one, so don't ever feel like you're alone. It's oh, this is hard, nobody gets it. I'm telling you, it's a personal journey, and just because how life looks like right now or how it was before doesn't mean it will be like that forever. God will come, your spiritual team will come, but at the end of the day, it's also helping you turn weaknesses into strengths. So it's like a win-win, regardless. Sometimes y'all may feel like every time you try to obtain something, it's like you're taking a step forward but going 3 steps back. It's like you're grabbing for something that's right there, and it's like it keeps going further and further away from you. But I'm telling you, just flow, all right? Like, don't be so obsessed with receiving something, because then that may be why it seems that way, right? You ever know how you're not really in the energy of being so caught up into something that it doesn't cloud your visions and doesn't take up your... Sorry, I got a message and I kind of got distracted, but just be in the flow. Like, I remember when I was so ecstatic for my divination tools to come in that sometimes it took longer than usual. Sometimes it probably got lost somewhere. I don't know. It was always something. But it was times when I actually stopped being so eager and obsessed and was just in a trusting, oh, it's going to come. You know, if it doesn't, okay. Like, it was like kind of like that type of energy. And it was much more better that way. And I found myself to be like, when I was eager and obsessed to retrieve something, it was like, it didn't really do anything for me. It's like, next thing you know, the feeling was gone. The connection to whatever that was gone. You know, that's the key meaning to happiness is not found outside of yourself, but more like within. So know that when you get a car, it doesn't mean that you're going to be happy and everything else. But if you lose that car, it's probably going to help you be more appreciative, right? So life has a funny way of, it just has a funny way of teaching you things. And I do feel like that's just one way of how you obtain wisdom, by your experiences, you know, these humanly experiences, because operating as like this spiritual being, everything is possible. Manifestation is a thing, etc. So imagine having to balance it out. You may also go through the struggles. You may also go through the challenges, you know, alongside with the blessings and the successes and everything else. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. It won't be like that forever. I just feel like something is just trying to teach you, wake up your soul or spirit, or just bring you into who you truly are meant to come into, all while growing, right? Because there's no finish line to growth. So just look at your experiences as such. Just be in the flow. Passion also came out with flow. Yeah. Balance is here. Interesting. Somebody could be in their 30s, 40s, 20s. Growth is there. I told you, it's about growth. These were calling out to me earlier too, so I guess I'll see what will come out in this deck. Yep, achievement, recognition, overthrow, success, victory, winner, conquest, mastery, bragging rights. Yep, carry the day. Plans are coming to fruition. King of the mountain. The flag is here. All right. Aries energy could be significant. And the number 6. Angel number 6. Now we got angel number 66. Yep. I feel like a lot of this has to do with something bigger, you know? Like, imagine being this individual, but you have a whole legacy that, of course, you probably don't know nothing about, but maybe God does, right? And it's just, a lot of things are just bigger than these 3D plane problems, and they'll all make sense in the end, right? And everybody's life is different. Not everybody comes into their, you know, their best selves, or the potential that they have to reach like a certain level of themselves. But that's why it's not a race, it's not a competition, and it's free will. So just really gotta want better for yourself and do better for yourself. Angel number 666 is here, so 999 can even be significant. 666 is actually a good number. I know if you grew up like religion, it was deemed as like a devil energy, but it's actually within numerology, spirituality, is actually a good number. I don't think there really are any bad numbers, probably just warnings or cautions, and that just depends on what your beliefs are. So all right, any more? Yep, master is here. This is the 9 there go that 9. And then that's the number 8 over there. So Capricorn, Scorpio energy could be significant. This is a card of discipline. All of these cards don't have to be significant for you, but they're just what equals up to this energy, right? So discipline could be significant, working smart. Maybe you're encouraged to do these things. Maybe you're already in this space. Maybe this is what's to come. It really all depends. For some of you guys, it may not apply to you and it may apply to someone else. You know, just take what resonates, because all of them don't have to apply to you. Okay, it can tie to focus, structure, teaching, training, conquer, overcome, controlled, learning a skill, in the flow, commanding presence, and authoritarian. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right, but I probably am. All right, yoga on the back of this. Angel number 44 is significant. 144 is significant. 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I feel like y'all are ascending, growing, evolving in some type of way, no matter what life looks like for you. And if you know that you should put more effort into this, then please do so. But be mindful of self-criticism, because you could be your worst critic. Sometimes we deem ourselves as, oh, I need to do more. Whole time you're doing great, you know. So with the energy yoga here, you can be encouraged to do yoga. You'll benefit greatly from it for sure if you have like this anxiety filled energy, or your emotions are to really just keep you grounded. It ties to contemplation, deep breaths, centered, go within, steady, balanced, relax, take a break, inner child healing, meditate, time alone, balance chakras, reflection, wellness, and rest. All right, the empty nest that I had seen earlier. On the back of that is roses, which ties to love, romance, affection, friendships, and, you know, stuff like that. But it says, moving on, no one home, cycle completion, emptiness, final, endings, beginnings, the void, vacant, separation, making adjustments, lonely, new life, and graduating. You're mastering something. You're this close to the graduation of life, right? You're completing a cycle. You're moving on from things. Some of you guys probably was going round and round and round, having some type of pattern, but ooh, I feel like all of that is to come to an end for sure. You may be feeling lonely, but seeing new life. Maybe you're bringing in new life. Maybe you're coming into a new life. It's chess, not checkers, honey. It's all about strategy, planning, okay? Especially when it comes to challenges. Some of you guys are being encouraged to rewrite history, right? Or maybe you've been dealing with people who've been rewriting history. They're burning the history books. They're rewriting things. They're changing a lot of things. But I feel like we can be birthed into a world filled with misguidance, misleading information, lies, and trickery, and still come into the truth. That's why you experience things individually. So don't limit your freedom, because maybe some of you guys are limiting your freedom. Don't restrict yourself. Don't alienate yourself. Number 8 is here. Angel number 13 is significant, which ties to the divine feminine as well. The spring time could be significant. The new moon could be significant. Remember I said something about that angel number 13? I don't know if you can see it as good. That's 13 right there. But it says within 1 to 3 months. It's very significant. Okay? Taurus, Aries, and Gemini energy is significant. All right, any more messages for the collective? Declaration. Okay. This is a card of defiance, reclaiming power, sovereignty, liberty or death, challenging the status quo. Confirm declaration. Yeah. Ooh. Something probably happened, like a tower moment, like a sudden change. Maybe this could have even been in some type of conflict or chaotic way. Okay. I feel like you are someone that's a warning. You're not a red flag, but you're a flashing warning, right? And I feel like that's in a good way. I feel like you're a very holy individual. You're a very divine being who carries spiritual insight, who makes wise judgments. So I feel like whatever this is tying to, set your rules, express your truth. You're very powerful and you're not to be messed with or played with, right? I feel like people who F around, they gonna find out for sure. But yeah, I feel like I've been through a lot of destruction and chaos in your life, troubling times or experienced trouble. But I do feel like you always become warned before it happens. Maybe from your own gifts or the spiritual team that backs you up. But confirm this book burning chest energy. It's giving the energy like you don't have to show your hand, right? Erasing some type of evidence, clearing your tracks. I don't know why I'm getting that. And then to confirm this energy, whatever this is, this strategy, this planning is tying to some type of heart and home situation. So this could be love, a happy home, security, comfort, legacy, boundaries, your heart's desires, peace. Maybe you weren't raised the best. Maybe you didn't grow up in the best home. Something about destroyed heritage. Persecution. Maybe you were the black sheep, the odd one out. But in reality, you had much to give. You had much potential. But of course, dealing with a bunch of people who don't know anything about this, I could see why most of you guys would feel alone. But you're able to connect with people who's on your level. You know, you can always choose to do that. So don't forget that. This is your life. You can create it however you want. Okay? Even if that means going against tradition, going against societal norms. Okay? Yep. Confirm fine print. Yes. It's crazy because fine print is confirming ballet shoes, which can also tie to laser focus, effort required, stamina, talent. With fine print, it ties to detail, look closely at something, inspection. Because I feel like sometimes you feel like you don't have the answers, but the answers are right in your face. I don't know why I'm getting that. Hidden information is here. Man, something could have been some type of information, especially with this book burning. I don't know why I feel like somebody tried to destroy some type of history or information. But the truth will come out, and people will get karma for doing things without integrity, for sure, especially to a good person. There's something you need to look closely at. But I feel like there's going to be some type of effort that's going to be needed, or some type of laser focus. Honing a skill could be significant, maybe like doing your research, learning something to help. Confirm more of this fine print ballet shoes energy. 799, angel number. Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius energy could be significant. Okay, something is going to develop over time. But it's going to take effort and focus. Expertise is here for sure. The pursuit of arts could be very significant. Yeah, research is going to be needed for sure with whatever this is. All right, the autumn time could be significant. The Queen. Angel number 3 is here. Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Within the next 6 to 9 months can also be significant. Any more messages here? If you guys hear the background, my apologies. Okay. Taurus, bird in a cage or bird cage is here. Possessive. Confirm the bird cage. Some of you guys could want freedom, some alone time from maybe a home situation or a relationship. Maybe somebody feels trapped or like they're dealing with somebody that's jealous. Maybe somebody is trying to be possessive and maybe you're codependent. Maybe there's some resources you need to obtain, needed materials. But I feel like your vitality, your abundance is all that you need. Seeing physical health and life force here. Confirm birdcage, bedroom. So yeah, this situation is unlikely to change. So you're being encouraged to change your direction when it comes to this. There's options, there's opportunities. You have free will. But whatever this situation is with this relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, you're being encouraged to change the situation, because maybe this individual is not going to change. 222, significant. Yeah, maybe you tried to hold something together, keep it together, but you're being encouraged to move on. What is this pertaining to? What is this pertaining to? I heard everybody's situation is different. Okay, this could be pertaining to parental figures, because the child is coming out, or maybe someone you have children by. Like, it really all depends. A situation that's fixed, though, stubborn, it's not changing, and it's also stubborn to change. Union of opposites. Yeah, there is a mask. I feel like this is interfering with your power as well. Some type of temporary block. Okay, so what is this energy here? What is this? Uncertain. At this time, the situation or outcome is undetermined. Well, I tried to get very specific. Person of Earth on the back. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy could be significant. Something about it's unchanging. Let's see what Tarot has to say. Confirm this this energy. What is this energy? Is it romance? What is this? Has something to do with you standing in your power. Confidence. Being confident in yourself. So it could really be with anything. Romantic, platonic, business. It really doesn't matter what it is. Any situation that fits that category. And maybe Earth energy. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo could be significant. Yeah, the Devil energy. See, anything that's not good for you, anything that's unhealthy, that's pretty restrictive, possessive, similar to like you feel like trapped or bonded to something, like because you have many options. You have free will, And whatever this situation is, I don't feel like they have your best interest at heart anyway. You may have a contract with them, so they may be family. They may be somebody you probably have, like, of course, children will make it a contract. But regardless of what it is, it doesn't matter. You can still free yourself. Whatever this is, though, it's something that's happening now in your life. So it's not something from the past or something that's not ongoing. It's something that's currently happening. So maybe whoever you're still tied to, if you're tied to someone, like, you know the message. But yeah, it's time, honey. Because maybe this is going to create a huge shift in your reality for the better. It's going to help you come into liberation in your power, for sure. All right, so astrology, numerology, spirit animals are very significant. So if you want to check that out, make sure you do so. Oracles, whether it's messengers or the cards, something about oracles are significant as well. The rainbow or colors are very significant as well. Whether it's, colored person or art or just colors, something is significant. Maybe church. Does this remind me of like those church windows with this prism oracle stuff? Religious backgrounds, maybe. All right, any last messages for the collective, and maybe any negative or stagnant energy? Any more messages today? The collective message that I just read. Boo, 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 boo. Ooh. Look, lies, keeping secrets, social media, keeping tabs. That could be significant for someone. Alright, romance, feelings could be significant. Hookup, one night stand on the back. What's the message here? We got intuition, inner knowing. You guys need to trust your intuition with whatever this is talking about. Because you know, all right? We got courage, strength coming out. Any more messages? Party, having fun. We're going to confirm these a little bit more as well. Sunflowers are significant. Magnetic attraction. So passion. Okay. Any more messages? Any more messages? Mask. Somebody's not showing their true self. This could be you or it could be somebody else. 9 times out of 10, if it's not you, it's another person. Past, present, future energy can also be significant. I'm seeing friends are very significant as well. And I don't mean friends that you've hooked up with. People who are seriously friends. All right. The divine feminine is coming out in the reverse. And even though some cards come out in the reverse, I can still look at them in the upright. But sometimes I actually do feel like they have some type of meaning in the reverse. So Sometimes it could be the opposite, or it could be a deeper meaning of what it is in upright, but it really all depends on how you read the messages. Okay, any more messages? All right, that seems like nothing else want to come out. We got ex-lover, old spark, change and transition. Okay, confirm intuition, inner knowing. I don't really need to confirm that. I just know whatever this is going on, you already know what it's about. You have to trust your intuition. It could be about a male, okay? They're coming out as the divine masculine. I don't know if they're in divine masculine energy or if this message is just trying to tell me it's a male, but you're being encouraged to trust your intuition when it comes to we got new love and no second chances coming out while I was talking about this. So they could have something to do with some type of like not giving somebody a chance so that you can come into a connection with somebody who's more eligible, who won't bring forth heartbreak, right? If your intuition is telling you that somebody is not the best for you, they already hurt you, and you're being encouraged to probably focus on new love, then your intuition is telling you, yeah, let's not give this person any more chances. We can forgive them, but we're going to move on. Okay, whether it's parents, baby dad, baby mom, I just know it's some type of male figure, or maybe you're the male figure. So confirm courage and strength. I feel like courage is needed in a situation, or you're a very strong individual. We got anxiety and worry coming out. It's also kind of coming out in the reverse. So remember we talked about the fears and anxiety and the worry? That's always going to stop you every single time. So you can't let this interfere with you. You're going to have to embrace bravery and embody your strength, okay? Anxiety. Little do you know, whatever you feel you're going to be anxious about or whatever you're worrying about, you really can overcome it. You really can persevere through it. I remember I thought I was going to have anxiety from some type of encounter that I had to have. And in reality, I didn't have any anxiety or worry about it. Okay, confirm party and having fun. Maybe some of you guys, you're about to be celebrating something soon, or you're being encouraged to have fun, to party. Let's see. Ghosted and breakup is very significant. Confirm party. Yeah, this could be talking about third parties. Something with a marriage is significant. Maybe this could have been somebody who you ended something with, or that you're encouraged to end something with. Maybe they ghosted you or you ghosted them. You may be getting a call from this person or hearing from them, but this person is really no good, I feel. I feel like they're a negative influence. Yeah, you could have blocked them, or they probably created obstacles for you in your life. Maybe even fears. All right, so maybe this could be past, present, maybe even future energy for some, but we're not going to manifest that for future, right? But for some of you guys, a lot of tarot oracle readings can be based on fortune telling. So it could just be warning you of something so that you can probably dodge it, right? Confirm magnetic attraction, passion. Some of you guys could be magnetically attracted to someone, or you're going to be. This can also be future wise, because I'm seeing divine timing, or if this was something that already happened, then you connected with this person when you were meant to. It all happened in divine timing. Because I know sometimes people feel like, oh, maybe I went too fast with this person. Maybe I fell too hard for them too soon. Like sometimes things just happen when it's supposed to, you know, because maybe a lesson is going to be brought behind it. That Money Tree song by Kendrick Lamar could be very significant. Hit the streets, then we break the code. No way. Okay, confirm this magnetic attraction. Yep, whole, inner growth, reconciliation, and rebuild on the back. I feel like this is something that ties to some type of growth, for sure. spiritual awakening, maybe even heartbreak. Oh, this could be a karmic relationship too, which is mainly focused on letting go and loving you. So be mindful of feeling so passionately about the wrong person, because I mean, divine timing is a thing, but we also have free will. So if somebody isn't for you, and you know, I'm seeing no second chances. Either you're the one who said no second chances, or it's just giving. This connection is over with. No matter how many times you try to get back with this person, it's just over. You know, you got to allow yourself to move on and, you know, maybe even find new love. I'm sure it won't hurt. Sometimes you still be stuck on people that's just not for you, you know, so you just have to realize you won't be in that space for long. And sometimes you feel like you love a person so much, but in reality, you've been lost feelings for them, honey. It's just, maybe it's trauma bonding. Maybe it's being lonely, or that's your comfort zone, like, you know. But you could be missing out on that soulmate, honey. Or maybe this connection feels as deep as a soulmate energy. But anyways, mask, truth, not showing true self. Confirm this mask, not showing true self energy. Yep, a snake is exactly what the message is saying. Somebody is wearing a mask. All right, they can shapeshift into like impersonating something that they're not. So just because something looks like love, feels like love, seems like love, doesn't mean that that's what it is. Just because something seems like love doesn't mean that that's what it is. Just because something gives, oh, this may be my soulmate, or oh, this may be this, or oh, because we have kids together, oh, because they're my dad or my mom. No. All right, so somebody is not showing their true self. It may seem like it, but it is not what it looks like, honey. Somebody is not showing their true self. Be mindful, past, present, future energy could be significant. Confirm friends and influences. Peace. Some of you guys are going to come into more peaceful connections, especially with influences or friends. Or maybe you're, this is where you can also find like support and peace, you know. It really all depends on who you are. Why is the divine feminine in the reverse? So this could probably be talking about a third party energy. Yeah. Confirm change and transition. So we got strong affection and love here. So I feel like you guys are entering a period of transition, a period of change. And it could have something to do with your love life, whether it's self-love or love from other individuals. But I feel like you'll just have to, you know, release what no longer serves you and trust your intuition when it comes to your love life. Because some of you guys are meant to, like, something is meant to end and you're meant to come into something new. But maybe you're holding yourself back from that because of how something looks to you, but in reality, it's not what it seems. Yeah. Especially if this person caused you some type of heartbreak, but you may still be bonded, like, close to them or something. I just feel like just because you're close with someone and you have passion for them doesn't mean that they're the one, you know? Like, sometimes you be falling for the wrong people. And a lot of times it can really be based on the relationships you have with your own parents or whatever the case may be. So just because you have passion for somebody or this, and that doesn't mean anything. You can have passion for your soulmate that has yet to come into your life or that's waiting to come into your life. While you can also have passion for a karmic that's literally you're meant to let go of them. So don't be gambling and taking a chance on people who you hooked up with or who you got love bombed by. It just got karmic and toxicity written all over it. Don't let those romantic feelings interfere with, like, don't let it interfere, because some of y'all could really be settling. What's the overall message here? What's the overall message? Yep, we got all of a sudden unexpected energy. So overall energy is unexpected. Expect the unexpected, but I feel like it's mainly saying that, like, rather than mainly that energy I just said with expect the unexpected, The overall energy is just unexpected. Like maybe it was a lot of things that happened in your life that was just unexpected. And maybe you also have things that are going to be happening to you that's going to be unexpected. Like hearing it from people, receiving some type of text message, finding out you have secret admirers. Thank you for the gifts. Maybe finding out somebody broke your trust, or coming into like cheating or something. Being heartbroken. Like anything can happen. Like your ex-lover trying to pop back up, and that old spark or whatever. Maybe some of you guys, it can be something that's in a fuzzy way, a nice way, right? Like a proposal, a commitment or something. I know I got married before, honey, so I ain't gonna say all the time it's the greatest experience, because sometimes you can marry the wrong person, okay? But in the more positive way, this can be something that's beautiful, that's nice, it's great. You just have to make sure you're not walking into the lion's den or sleeping with the enemy, right? So a lot of things could be unexpected. It can even be tied to your individual self, like your self-esteem, or the things that you choose to do in your life. Maybe have a one-night stand with somebody. Like that's pretty unexpected, right? Especially if you're a person that don't usually have promiscuous relationships. Finding out about third parties. Maybe a reconciliation could be unexpected. Be mindful on who you're reconciling with, because some of y'all are meant to dead things and leave it dead. Okay, you have free will, so just because you're able to reconcile with somebody don't mean do it. Some of y'all are going to be meeting somebody new. All right. So yeah, some of you guys are probably going to be a parent or a single parent. Maybe that's going to be unexpected. Some of you guys are going to be single. And if you're already single, but you know you're in like some type of complicated situation, then maybe you're going to finally rid that complicated situation. Or for some of you guys, if you were dealing with a lover, you're going to become single. By all means, if you don't feel like a message is for you, you don't have to take it. All right. Maybe something about like unhealthy attachments. Some of you guys are going to be healing and releasing. Something about family is going to be unexpected. Travel could be unexpected. Okay, finding out that you have enemies, honey. Having some unfinished business with a karmic relationship. People coming in trying to apologize. It's a lot of things that could be unexpectedly happening. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I know these messages were all giving you bits and pieces of like different things individually, externally. But I do feel like all of them can also come in together, especially because it's a part of your life. Okay, so remember we talked about the springtime. Did I say the autumn time being significant? 1 to 3 months and 3 to 9 months, I believe I said, could be significant. There's going to be a lot of change and transition within yourself, within your love life. There's going to be a lot of unexpected things happening, especially very suddenly. But know that it will be happening in divine timing. So I feel like you're a very strong person who's very courageous. And I feel like you're going to have to remember that in the face of adversity, in the face of fear, in the face of anxiety, worry. Right? I feel like you need to seize anxiety and worry. Like maybe becoming acquainted with yoga on a day-to-day basis. Something that can help bring that down, because that's not very fun. Okay, we talked about third parties. Not all of you guys, third parties could be significant, but for some of you guys, if not all, right, it's very significant. But I do feel like some of you guys are being encouraged to not give any second chances or 50th chances, okay? To dead it and to come into a true connection with the divine masculine, with somebody who's in their divine masculine. And I feel like you'll be able to know what's a divine masculine and if that person is in that energy or not. Because some of these people are not, they taking you out of your divine feminine energy, which is your soft, lay back and just enjoy the show type of energy. And they probably put you more in this, oh no, I'm alert, I don't trust your ass, you give me anxiety. This can be any type of relationship. And if that is going on, then honestly, I feel like they should not be a part of your life. Because you, on the other hand, I don't feel like you come into people's lives with baggage and burden, or whatever the case may be. You got people who's coming in this like player energy, or they're playing with you in a strategic way to maybe try to get things that they want from you. to obtain a life with you. And quite frankly, I think you should just be with people who's on your level, platonically, romantically, business-wise. Don't settle. A lot of people can lie to you. They can tell you what you want to hear. A lot of people can impersonate certain energies, certain characters, but trust me, the mask at times tends to fall off. Just pay attention to the red flags. Okay? And yes, allow new love. Allow new love. Especially if you were not treated right by that ex-lover or whomever that person is. Right? Some people, yeah, look, breakup. Some of y'all thought something was going to be forever. And it turned out that the trust was broken, you know? And when trust is broken, that's a hard thing to get back, honey. You know? It's a very hard thing to get back. So, it's not your fault. You don't need to be giving people chances because you love them. Like, sometimes you just got to love them from a distance, right? You got to let somebody else love you. Freedom. Surrender. This card was trapped in the box, honey. I ain't even see it. I could have sworn I looked inside the box. I ain't even see it. So, yeah, surrender. Because the more you try to force something, do something your way than the way that it's meant to go or is trying to go, you're not surrendering. Therefore, you probably won't be in a more freed energy, right? You're not missing out on a person that hurt you, okay? You are not missing out on a person that hurt you. So I'm going to pull these. I haven't pulled these type of messages in a while, so I'll just pull some of these. This could be messages from anyone, even platonic connections. So this could be how you feel. It could be how other people feel. And then I'll go ahead and end the message. If you guys want to get on the list, feel free. Okay. I do provide life coaching sessions as well. Mentorships, readings, questions. I also have free consultations so you can know more about my, my business. Okay. All right. Any more messages to go with this collective? Any more messages? All right. We got, I'm sorry. Child, we know, honey, but that don't matter. They can apologize. They can feel bad, but that has nothing to do with you because sometimes people don't change. They want to change so bad and they just can't. All right. I feel like your spiritual team is telling you that now is not the time for something. Or maybe your intuition is telling you this. Like sometimes when I get these type of cards instead of these type of cards, I feel like it's coming from like a higher power. But for some of you guys, you can just take it how it resonates for your life. So if this is not your energy, it's somebody else's. Somebody is, I'm sorry. All right, it says, do you think about me too? You got people who's thinking about you who want to know if you think about them too. It says, you are so beautiful. Why do you need me? That's the problem. They don't need you, honey. See how certain people think? You got to pay attention to that part. All right. Maybe some of y'all actually did start becoming codependent though, you know? Like you're beautiful inside and out. Why do you need someone who's not on your level? Why do you cling to someone so much that's not on your level, right? Maybe it's a self-love thing. So, yeah. It says, I feel the same way. So this can go hand in hand with this other energy that we read. So maybe some of you guys think about somebody and you wonder if they think about you too. Or it can be separate, you know? It says, I feel the same way. That's your confirmation. All right. It says they are waiting for you. Somebody is waiting for you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Because sometimes the people that's waiting for you, they wouldn't have to wait around for anything if they were in the best energy. Maybe this is a divine counterpart who you haven't connected with yet. And they're just waiting on you. You probably still dealing with a little boo-boo. Okay. So, we have, I lie awake thinking about our future. Once again, if this is not your own energy, you feeling like you lie awake thinking about the future, this is somebody else feeling this way towards you. All right. Somebody could be a bit possessive. Because what do you mean our future? I mean, it would have been cute in 2017 or something. But after you experience like the hard times, the breakups, maybe even losing a loved one in your life, like sometimes you just change mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and a lot of things that were deemed as cute, it's not as cute anymore because you have wisdom and you realize that a lot of things are just toxic or controlling or whatever the case may be. But with the right person, it'll never be viewed in that way. It says, I am absolutely in love with you. Somebody could be obsessed, because if it's not true love, real love, healthy love, it's probably obsession. Probably dealing with a narcissist. Probably dealing with somebody who emotionally immature, manipulative, you know. But if it's more in a positive way, future energy could be significant. Past, present, future. I don't know y'all life. Maybe some of y'all are already with a divine counterpart, which is good. That's so amazing. Then I could see why this will come out. But if some of y'all are not in a divine counterpart type of union, like divine masculine, divine feminine, honey, maybe they got feelings. But see, I'm big on using the word love. Like if they hurt you, mistreat you, and they still try to say they love you, I don't really associate it with love. You know what I'm saying? I don't go around hurting people. I'm able to give and receive love. So that's why I don't really, you know, it says you are right with the Ace of Cups here. Ace of Cups can tie to outpouring love, emotions, relationships, creativity, new beginnings within love, right? Even any type of relationships. It doesn't have to just be romantically, but whatever it is when it comes to love, self-love, love from others, you are right. You are right about something. Remember, I was just talking about love in a healthy way versus love from people who still hurt you and try to say they love you. Child. All right, any last messages for the collective that also resonates with the collective that I previously was doing? It says, you make me want to do bad things, but it's also coming out in the reverse. So this can be very significant in its upright position, but since it did come out in reverse, I feel like you make people want to do better. But remember, I told you, people are not kids anymore. Sometimes you can't fill that void, even if you're a 10 out of 10, spiritually, emotionally. Sometimes you just can't fill that void. Sometimes you make people want to be great. You make people want to do good things, but they just can't. All right? I'm going to keep that as that. But in a more positive way, I'm just keep it as you make people want to do good things. You make people, yeah. Like maybe they went from slamming doors in people's faces to, oh, let me hold the door open for you. Or like whatever the case may be, honey. Any more messages for the collective? That's angel number 15, which combined is the angel number 6. All right. When you were 15 or 16, like your teen years could be very significant. All right. It says, I have so much desire for you and I just want space. So for those of you who are feeling like, does this person really love me? Do they really have all this energy towards me? They do, but I just feel like it's something internal to where they just need space. So if they're wanting space, don't ever feel like, oh, it's another person. Oh, they don't love me. Like sometimes people, they do need their space. But this can also be you. Maybe you have so much desire for someone and you just want space. Like you just have to apply it for how it fits in your life. All right. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly to someone else. Any more messages? So this could be talking about more than one person as well. Like more than one person could be coming out. It says, if I asked you to stay, would you leave? And it says, I'm a very jealous person. Okay. It says, happiness is my priority. Maybe somebody's priority is happiness. Maybe your priority is happiness. If you're not happy, then it's a deal breaker, right? It says, I am terrified. They came out right after each other. It doesn't have to go together, but intuitively I had got this energy that since somebody can't make you happy or they didn't make you happy, they're really terrified of the repercussions from that because they know that happiness is like your priority. And they're like, well, imagine being a person who can't make somebody happy. Eventually, you're going to probably start getting a little insecure and feeling like, well, damn, this person may just leave me, you know? It says, I dream about you a lot. In parentheses, we got too much. Maybe y'all are the ones that's dreaming. Like I said, this could be your energy or it could be somebody else. So if it's somebody else, somebody dreams about you a lot. All right. All right. It says, have I lost everything with you are wrong here? So maybe somebody did something wrong to you, and they're just in this space of like, well, have I lost everything? Like, do I not still have that chance? They came out together, so that's why I associated it like that, but you can flip it around if you want. Because I'm sure everybody's situation is different. The Ace of Swords is here and it's coming out in the reverse. Because remember earlier we had you are right. So I honestly don't really feel like you're the one that's in the wrong. It depends on who I'm talking to. Excuse me. Ace of Swords is coming out in the reverse. And Ace of Swords is usually about truth, clarity, new ideas, stuff like that. So when it's in the reverse, obviously, you know, it's pretty much the opposite. So maybe some of you guys lack clarity within something. Maybe you need to trust more on your intuition. We talked about that earlier. All right, maybe something is, the truth is not here. Some type of truth is not being presented. All right, confirmations. SEX. My goodness. 1515 is very significant. May I please have more messages for the collective? Confirmations even. Cool. More messages is, please give me time. I've never felt this way before. Please give me time. I've never felt this way before. I don't know who they talking to. The collective don't got to do a damn thing. Because the collective in divine feminine and divine masculine energy. If you're not in that energy, baby, bye-bye. See, some of y'all, you only stand around because of the love that you have for people. But sometimes that's self-sabotage. Confirmation, we got, yeah, nah. Like some of y'all like, yeah, nah. It says, I left because you told me to. Somebody could have acted in a certain way, which made you feel like, yeah, you're forcing my hand, right? Because of what you said to me, what you did to me. You're forcing my hand to leave you alone. Like at this point, because your heart can only bear so much, even though it's like you're a loving being. And you're big on probably forgiveness and like giving people chances or something. But sometimes you just get to a point to where the self-respect and the self-love for yourself and everything else also comes into play, you know? Any more messages? It says, words do not hurt. And what I had got from that was, words don't hurt, but maybe the people that it's coming from is what makes it hurt, right? Because somebody can look at you and say, you look ridiculous. And maybe they won't rub you the wrong way, right? Unless you're probably like insecure or you care about what everybody else think. But more so intuitively what I got from this, because of course we know that words sometimes do hurt, right? But what I had got from this was like maybe something was said to you, but in reality that probably didn't affect you as much as you thought it did, but it only affected you that much because of maybe the person who it came from or your own feelings about what was said. Like, you know, imagine somebody saying, you're stupid. I feel like they can only hurt your feelings because maybe you criticize yourself in that way and feel that that's the truth. Or maybe you've done a lot of crazy things in your life. Or maybe it just trickles down into the person who's saying it to you, right? It really all depends. We got weight coming out. It really all depends. We got weight coming out. Maybe somebody wait. So yeah, that's the last messages, guys. It says, I think we should see other people on the back of the deck. Maybe you said that to somebody. Maybe you feel this way. Maybe other people feel that way. That doesn't apply to everybody for sure. It can apply to everybody, but if it don't apply to everybody, then of course don't take that message. All right, and the last message was wait. My phone had cut out when I was trying to say it, but maybe somebody wants you to wait, or maybe you're being encouraged to just wait. Don't react out of haste. Be patient in something. And I'm not saying in a connection that's toxic for you. Oh, wait. No, I'm talking about something else, right? That's more beneficial, healthy, okay? Don't feed your delusions now. But that's pretty much the message that I'm seeing. If you weren't able to see this message, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. If you guys are ever wanting to get on the list and I'm not on live, you can just DM me and let me know what you're looking for, and I'll be happy to tell you my prices. If you can't afford my prices, donation based, which is basically anything that you're able to afford. All right. Thank you guys for coming on in. Age 19, maybe when you were 19, could be something significant about that. Yeah, that 3 and 9 is steady coming up. 12, 13, angel number could be significant. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next message, in the next video. Be mindful that I did just upload a video before I got on live, so maybe some of you guys could resonate with that if you want to check it out. I do have a backup account. It's also in my link. Payment options are in my link, my website, YouTube, Instagram, in my link. Please follow my Instagram. I'm trying to build up my following on there. And yeah, anything else you need to know, just feel free to DM me. If you guys want to leave your comments or reviews on my website from the collective, please make sure you do so. It's a bunch. I have like different reviews there. Sometimes I forget to ask people to leave reviews. It used to only mainly be for people who received like a session from me or something like that, but now I do collectives as well. Like people are able to leave their feedback from the collective. But yeah, thank you guys to everyone who double tapped the screen, who gifted, who shared the live. I have 3 shares. Thank you. Just gratitude, okay? And for those of you who just needed to come in and hear a message, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, I did upload a video. If you want to check it out, check it out. Okay, my backup account, I already said that's linked. Okay, yeah. So if you have any questions, just DM me. See you in the next one.